What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Back with the quick rant, man. First of all, let me say props again to Manny Pacquiao for doing what I told you guys he was going to do, and he absolutely dominated Chris Algieri. On to the next one, bigger and better things. Now, I'm hearing talks about Manny Pacquiao versus Jessie Vargas, which has led to this rant. I don't want to fucking see that fight at all. Like, I have no desire. Like, there's some fights in when they're proposed, you're like, nah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, I'll watch it. I don't want to see this for shit. I don't think it'll be a competitive fight. I don't think it's a good fight. And I don't think it's a legacy defining fight for Pacquiao. It does nothing for him. I don't want to see that. I think Pacquiao, he had a good performance tonight against Chris Algieri, who some felt, not me, but others felt had the height and boxing ability based on I don't know what, but they thought he was this masterclass boxer and he could pose some problems. I mean, I at least thought it would be a little bit more competitive than what it was, but I told you that Chris Algieri was getting fucked up, and ultimately that's what happened. Um, so that to me, in his last three fights, Pacquiao's fought pretty much two tune-ups. Brandon Rios, and that was understandable because you're coming off a knockout loss, and you had a guy who lost also, so you fought him, come up and wait. That's cool. Build your confidence back. Then Timothy Bradley, all the credit in the world, very smart boxer, athletic boxer, undefeated. You put his first blemish on his record, and then you took another undefeated fighter, Chris Algieri, and did the same thing. So you're kind of, since your knockout loss to Marquez in the fourth fight, you've been ascending up that hill, like climbing back up to the top. You know what I mean? Obviously, people want to see the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight that is the number one fight, but there might be complications like there have been for the last 5-6 years or whatever. So that's being optimistic that that fight can happen. There's other good fights for Pacquiao. To me, Jessie Vargas just is not that fight. I mean, he looked good with Roy Jones Jr. in the corner. He looked good for considering what the fight was, but he didn't look that fucking good to get a Pacquiao fight, in my opinion. And then you got to look at the competition. You fought Antonio DeMarco, who Adrian Broner ran through. I thought Broner at 135 demolished Antonio DeMarco better than Jessie Vargas did at 140. So, I mean, that's just because, like, some people get all trainer happy. Oh, Freddie Roach is training DeMarco, so he's this new improved. I don't mean shit. So, I don't want to see a fucking Jessie Vargas and Pacquiao fight at all. Like, I have no desire to see that. There's other guys Jessie Vargas could fight with his newfound style and Roy Jones Jr. I'm not even trying to disrespect no one. I don't have any problems with Jessie Vargas. Roy Jones is one of my favorite fighters of all time. He's now training Vargas, so I wish them all the best. I just don't think he should be in line for a Pacquiao fight. I understand Top Rank is running out of options, but I thought the Cold War is over, and there's better fights out there. I would rather see Pacquiao fight Postal, his sparring partner, than to fight Jessie Vargas, just because I don't see it being competitive. What is Jessie Vargas going to do? To me, Jessie Vargas, I haven't really been that impressed. Like I said, DeMarco, he did his thing in that particular fight, but it was still what you would call competitive. It wasn't a shutout performance by Jessie Vargas. Then he had that other fight with the Nigerian dude, Amatoso or whatever, Osmosis, whatever the fuck the dude's name was. He didn't look that great in that fight. He looked kind of shaky in that particular fight. His last 22,000 fights have been won probably via split decision or via unanimous decision. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, what are you gonna do to Pacquiao? I don't think you can hurt Pacquiao. So I don't know. I have no desire at all to see Jessie Vargas versus Manny Pacquiao. And again, Pacquiao's kind of closing the chapter. Against Chris Algieri, he got like 24 million. I understand people want the paycheck, like, oh, $1 million, $2 million, $3 million to fight Pacquiao. So I mean, I get why he would be pushing for the fight. It's just me as a boxing fan, I don't want to see no damn Jessie Vargas versus Manny Pacquiao. I think there's better fights. Victor Postal, if you're gonna fight 140 pounders, Danny Garcia should be at the cream of the crop because he's an undefeated fighter with power. Good counterpunching, which is something you've struggled with in the past. Fighters who who have a brain. And I think Danny Garcia has more of a brain than some people give him credit for. He's slower and he does throw some looping shots, but he also is a good counterpuncher. He has good ring intelligence. And like I said, a lot of people counted him out against Amir Khan, against Lucas Matisse, Zab Judah, all these fights. And he showed up and he showed the champion spirit, found a way to win. So I would rather see Danny Garcia. Out of all the 140 pounders, that's probably the top pick I would have, would be to see Danny Garcia versus Pacquiao. Jessie Vargas would be way at the bottom of the list. I'd rather see Lamont Peterson, truthfully, fight Manny Pacquiao than Jessie Vargas. Lucas Matisse, Ruslan, you know what I mean? I'd rather see all these fights. And I'm not trying to shit on Jessie Vargas. That's just my honest opinion of what I would rather see for my personal taste. Let me know what you guys think. Do you want to see this Jessie Vargas? I just haven't been that impressed. I don't see what he's going to do to pose many problems to Pacquiao. And I don't think his performances have been so spectacular that warrant this particular fight. I think Pacquiao should be looking to cash out with the big fights that he can make. If he is going to fight at 140, fight a top dog like a Danny Garcia. I don't view Jessie Vargas up there. I would even entertain the Jessie Vargas and Josito Lopez grudge match, because the first fight was a split decision, if I'm not mistaken. Those two fight, something like that. There's certain levels to this. So if Jessie Vargas wants to rematch Josito Lopez, that's cool. I consider those guys on somewhat of the same level. You know what I mean? And I consider guys like Mayweather and Pacquiao at the upper echelon. So I don't want to see Pacquiao drop down and fight someone like a Jessie Vargas. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Do you want to see that fight? If so, why? Make sure you like my video, comment. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.